What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
You know, whenever it makes sense, we are trying to make it as real as possible, and maybe, you know, there will be a different way to get to this destination. You'll just have to wait.
Will you die, or you, like, I don't know, wash out on some shore?
Yes, you will probably die if you're in the middle of the sea, and especially if it's in Skellige, which is Nordic and it's extremely cold. If you swim in ice-cold water, you usually die. We are definitely taking the inspirations from Sapkowski's writing, but we are also digging into the Slavic mythology, so that's why you probably remember in Russia. There are described in depth. There is a certain art style led by our art director, and it also continues what we started in the previous parts of The Witcher. So we want to be true to this style, but right now it's a little bit more darker, it's more grimmer, and obviously the fact that we are dealing with machines with higher capabilities, so the next gen and the PC, we can also deliver better looking stuff, and that's what we are working on. Yeah, we definitely would like to do that. Don't forget that console versions also had their limitations, because in the current gen, or should I already say the old gen, there were limitations of the medium. So I believe we had 2 DVDs, and then you couldn't make an easy functionality that the game will connect to the server and download it. It was not so easy. I hope it will be enough. We would definitely like to do that. And I think, you know, it's very similar in Poland. The Polish players, some of them say, obviously Witcher, they'll still probably play it in Polish, but some of them want to say, hey, I want to play a bit with English voiceovers, because I don't know, I like them more, but I like to have the Polish text to see what is the meaning. Still, I think in terms of The Witcher and in terms of the story, for the local players, like I played Witcher 2 both in Polish and in English, and I can honestly say that although I'm quite good English speaker, I had more fun with Polish, because I get all the small adjectives, all the small expressions, and it gives you more flavor to the story. But will not prohibit people from playing English version if they see fit. I cannot promise we'll have all the versions, so like if they can play Chinese, but I think they will live with that. You know, certain Slavic concepts are definitely more challenging to describe them in English, because you have to draw the background, so then we'll have the sort of monster encyclopedia within the game, or like the bestiary, yes? And maybe for Russian gamers or Polish gamers, oh, I know this guy, I read about him in the books, and in the US they'll be like, what's that? So we'll give appropriate description in every language for the gamers really to understand what they're dealing with. You know, we are looking into that, and we'll be revealing them step by step, but actually I wanted to touch on what you were saying on the monster hunting, because in the previous Witchers it was more like monster fighting than monster hunting, and in Witcher 3 what we are putting a strong emphasis on, it's actually preparing for fighting the monster, for hunting the monster, finding out more facts about him, and then chasing the monster. You know, maybe like in the demo which you have seen, the monster will run away because you're beating him to the punch, but then your mission will be really to follow the monster, and this gives a lot of depth, and I think it's very true to the character of Witchers, who are at the end of the day professional monster slayers. It's really hard to answer with this particular case because it's a demo, and we're carefully choosing each part of the demo, including, you know, I don't know, the fight with the bandits or the fight with the monsters, just to show the capabilities and the idea of what we are after. But showing the decision and the consequences, we would have to have a 10-hour demo, which really I think wouldn't be a good idea for a show. So definitely you will have this kind of decisions where you don't know the consequences, which you can change sides, very similar to what you have in the previous 2 Witchers. We loved it. I think this is very important for the Geralt story to be told the right way, and then it's true to Sapkowski's creation, because you never know what you're dealing with and nothing is black and white. Unfortunately, I cannot, but as the name is say, it's Dikaya Ochota, so you'll be definitely finding more about it. It's personal for Geralt. There will be his beloved ones involved. There will be some adult themes, but only for the sake of the story. So I think we'll be revealing it step by step, but ultimately gamers will find out when they'll get their hands on the game. There is no right one. There's nothing right in our games, and I think that's the beauty of them. It's a very personal experience, and we didn't make the game with an idea in mind that, wow, you should finish it this way. It's really up to you, and in Witcher 3 we'll have 36 different endings depending on certain decisions, and 3 different epilogues in different parts of the world. We can already confirm that on the PC you will be able to use your old saves. That's first of all. I cannot say about the consoles because we know too little. We would love to do that, or maybe give you the choice for that. We will have a lot of little treats and little rewards for the players who played the previous 2 games, and we'll definitely work hard to make sure that their choices are in a way relevant in the new story, as much as they will be important in the part of the story, yes? Well, we definitely would like to work on the interface to be more accessible and more clear, because we heard certain complaints about, for example, the inventory. So it is in the works. We are still iterating on it, and next year we'll be revealing. But it's extremely important because that's where the gamer spends most of the time with. Going through, leveling up, it has to be fun. And we want to make it fun and easy at the same time. And one thing I can promise already, we'll definitely not sacrifice anything. It will be still a complex character development system, but we want to serve it in a very accessible way to the gamer. We definitely will not let you turn Geralt into a female elf, if that's what you're asking about, but to the extent as it will be true Witcherish shit, then we're fine with that, and we'll let people choose. We are not Diablo. We are not about looting things randomly appearing all around you all the time, but we definitely want to give players the feeling of being very personal with the character. So there will be certain level of modifications, and you'll be able to get stuff, but at the end of the day, you know, this is just the additional stuff. The most important stuff is the story. We definitely are putting some stuff deeper than the others, and you have different kind of gamers. I mean, like I'll say Eastern Europe, so Poland, Russia, Germany, the people who are digging way deeper into our game and fighting these little things, and we'll have a lot of awards for them and rewards. So they'll find this quest, they'll go here, they'll go do this thing, and they'll see, wow, I'm so cool, you know? Or like even a simple thing like the alchemy system, or actually not a simple thing, it's a very core thing for core gamers. And then, especially in the consoles in the West, we have probably people who should miss half of the sub-quests, yes? And they'll just run through the game and finish it in a more like, hey, let's listen to the main plot kind of thing, and hack and slash it. And we're fine with that. So we'll have a lot of things for our core fans and for the core gamers. And then we also have the more shallow layer for the people who maybe are hit buyers and they just want to run through the game. And this is a totally different audience. For the main story to progress, you need to do quests, and this quest will consist of side quests. So yes, you have to do certain things to find out about how to progress and how to continue, but you don't have to do a lot of stuff in the game. As we said, it's going to be approximately 100 hours of gameplay if you do everything, but the main quest will be 50. So you can miss pretty much 50% of the stuff. First of all, there is a logic construction of the game, so certain things would basically logically make no sense, yes? If we'll somehow tell you that you can make a quest in a banned village. If it's banned, it's gone. So there are decisions and there are the consequences. And then what Witcher games were about. But I think it's cool because of the replayability value. Especially with 36 different endings and 3 different epilogues, I think people, like in Witcher 2, a lot of people replay the game just to go the other path. And here it will be at least 3 times. You can replay it and take different decisions and take different options. And I already know what is happening, and it's pretty cool, but I cannot tell you about it. So I myself will probably play this game 3 times, at least. I can say something what is important to the players here. It's maybe not a secret about the game, but it's our way of thinking, it's our way of development. So guys, I mean, rest assured, we are hardcore PC guys, and that is really important for us. It's close to our hearts. This is the leading platform for us, and we'll definitely deliver a kick-ass PC experience. So rest assured, we'll not disappoint you here. Having said that, if you prefer to play on the next-gen console, you also have a great experience, but the maxed out version, if you have the latest PC, will definitely be on PC. The Dark Horse, I mean, we said we'll announce it in Comic-Con Q1 next year, but you know, I would encourage our fans to Google what Dark Horse Comics is about, and then see what was in the movie, and I think they will have a pretty fair chance of guessing what we are about, and it will be really cool stuff. There will be a collector's edition, and we are right now discussing it. Definitely a lot of collectors' loot inside. Once again, Marcin Iwinski, I'm joint CEO of CD Projekt Red. I'd like to thank everyone supporting us here in Russia, and you guys are really great. You actually went and bought over 800,000 copies of Witcher 1 and 2, and gave us very cool feedback. Really appreciate that. So keep on watching of what we have to say and show with Witcher 3. I really hope we'll get you excited, and at the end of the day, you will trust us and go and buy our game and not pirate it. Please do not pirate our game. Thanks, guys.